like I say, do you know, do you have any clue as to how hard it is to color a mineral or color a metal? Do you know how hard it is to create a metal in a color? Do you have any idea? It is very, 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 very hard. You actually have to, it's not easy to create colored metal. Like this gold right here and this brass or gold colored handle. To get these to about the same color, or to get these yellow, I'm talking about actually making it yellow and not making it look like just silver. But to actually make it yellow is not easy. It is a molecular particle kind of thing. It is very expensive to do. It is very hard to do. And that's also why I named gold, because I actually had a yellow or golden color mineral or metal made. It is very expensive, just like the stone right here. Now this stone is plastic, and believe it or not, good hard plastic is actually harder to make than the real thing. It's actually easier to just take carbon and make it into a stone than it is to make a plastic that is a synthetic hard enough to actually be like a stone. To actually make like a a plastic molecule or whatever, it's actually harder to do this than it is to just take carbon and turn it into a stone. So, I mean, later on it's easier and cheaper to do the plastic of this ring, of this stone right here, than it is to what's called. But in general, well, it's because carbon and diamonds and stuff like that, that's actually like, well, I mean, they're both kind of hard, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I did one and then I did the other. So anyway, though, but the plastic of this stone right here is actually, and to actually make it hard so it's not like a soft nor scratchable, you know, I can actually take it and actually like tap it without actually damaging it. That is actually because plastic's softer and more easily affected by heat. So anyway, to actually make this is actually harder than it is to make the real thing almost. Well, they're both kind of hard, I guess. I don't really know. It depends. In the grand scheme of things, they're both kind of hard. But anyway, it takes an enormous amount of money. And that's why I named gold. Because it's actually a mixture of different kind of molecules, whatever. And that's why, because I am Lucifer, White Star Line, Titanic, Titanium, the SR-71, jets, steam engines, gasoline engines, spaceships, starships, all that stuff, the Earth, the Sun, about 800 other galaxies. And I'm not making that up. Not to mention people with blonde hair, blue eyes, people with gray eyes, people with green eyes, red-haired women, women with cone-shaped breasts, although that was like I don't know, maybe we'll try it. But I was like, yeah, I like the more rounded look. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You know, I mean, they're both beautiful. Like I say, no matter what you are, you're beautiful if you're a woman. You know, I've always loved women no matter what. They give life to the world and keep the human species going. Anyway, like I say, I'm creator of 12 to 77 races, a lot of life forms, really realistically 800 galaxies, because my life forms are going to need some room to grow more. And particle creation takes a very long time and isn't exactly something that normal, like you or I, most people, can't ever create, won't ever create a star or a planet. That takes thousands or millions of years and is a really involved process. So I created whole galaxies for my life forms and figured, okay, 100 trillion years should be long enough, not to mention all the others out there. So anyway, all that stuff is very hard to do. And so that's why, I named gold and named this and named that, and also the English language, and also directed a lot of things to be done. I mean, I was just leading them for the future, basically. But anyway, all that stuff is actually really hard to do. It's not easy to do. So, you know, when I come along and I find people like that guy who's sitting next to Kim Young-jin or whatever, the black guy who basically, I mean, I don't know what his deal is. He's He's basically been living there. He's hiding from Africa because they want him dead in Africa, I think, like that. Or something like that, because he was a psychotic person and killed, and is running Africa from Korea. And he has his little, behind the door inside the big room, he has all his guards in there, or had all his guards in there, like threatening to kill all the people, doing the speeches and stuff. Anyway, though, they do a lot of secret things in Korea, and basically, all his weapons come from Korea, basically. Korea was my gun factory or gun manufacturing plant, and I guess he thought he should take it over or something like that. I don't really know. Anyway, I know the history of just about every country. I mean, I built Korea and basically had the armored car things and everything else like that. And anyway, so, I mean, the world is very complicated, but basically, I mean, I'm the creator of 800 galaxies. And like I say, I mean, I've already been through all this stuff and had to deal with certain things, and basically was like, because Mr. Bamboo Babu or whatever, Mr. got a AK-47 when he was like 15, and then started shooting and shot everyone that he could possibly get his hands on or whatever, and killed violently with his hands. No, he used he just sprayed down adults basically, and really realistically, he should have been shot in the head a long time ago, but somehow he escaped and had other kids that were willing to whatever. I don't know. He's a psycho guy, and he should have been killed a long time ago. But anyway, getting the gold and having his African people mine for him, it's like, you're a psychopath and not the leader of Africa. And realistically, Africa wants you dead, and so does quite a few other countries. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he got dealt with at some point in time. I mean, psychopathic killers, they usually get dealt with. Even though he had like 3,000 or 5,000 other psychopathic black people in Korea that were hiding out there, and would just run into town and kill whoever they wanted every now and then, and were basically just being really annoying. Anyway, though, I think. Anyway, though, I don't know. I mean, these psycho killers, they run around the planet, and eventually they get mopped up eventually. And I have, like I say, I had something that was going to be taking care of certain things for me, dealing with things, something that no one has ever heard about, and even I don't remember. I don't know what it is, or where it is, or anything. It just does what it does, and that's that. And so basically, to deal with the worst or whatever, the most psycho killers. So anyway, I don't really know anymore, and I don't really care. Like I say, I mean, I feel like just taking a gun and putting it to my head and being like, you know what, I'm done. All these plans, all these plots, all these secret things. It just gets to be a frustrating thing after a while. And it's like, I'm done. I'm over it. I don't really care or particularly want to exist anymore, and I don't give a fuck. There were so many problems, so many people just running around killing things and using guns and then pretending like the world is a good place, that I got over it a long time ago.